the great line in life is if you stay broke long enough, you'll get used to it. And that's a deep thought process that as soon as you get some money, if you spend it like the way you've been living your life for the so far, it's going to repeat itself, right? And your coaching is such a wise way to approach your team. So I love that, man. No one said that before. And hi, everybody. Grady Polson. Welcome to the America Agency. All right, so to hit this level of production is, it didn't just come because you knocked some doors over the years and you've got good leads. Like, you've got some disciplines within yourself that you've established in ways you either live your life through sleep or exercise or meditation or whatever. What's your day, week life? Just so new agents out there, agents that are struggling can go, all right, well, if Frankie works from X to Y and he does Z, I could copy that. What is your schedule, your routines? Like, give us some more insight into how you live so that we can pick some stuff out that we can start to put into our life.
Yeah. So normally, like starting off 2 months ago, I was probably dialing, I would dial from 8 a.m. until noon, go work out, and then hit the phones back around 2 or 3 until, prime time passed until 9 at night. I work until midnight now because I just got clients everywhere. That was my routine, but now it's like I have appointments at 8 in the morning. So I opened up my schedule now to where it's like I'm busy every day. So right now I'm starting to go to the gym around like 6 in the morning. It's something that I was never used to, but it's something that I have to do because now it's like I have a business. That's the beautiful thing about the insurance industry. It's like you come in and you just think that you're going to make sales and make money, which you can do. But once you start actually growing and, you become, I'm busy now every time. One of my downlines are telling me, hey, Frank, like I need help with training. And I realize now growing a team that I need to set time aside for the people that need help. But they were like, hey, you're on the phones all day. So it's just I try to have every day scheduled out, no days left empty. So now I wake up at 6:30, go to the gym, on an appointment at 8, and then literally until midnight.
Animal. So, and that's 6 days a week, 7 days a week?
Oh, 7 days a week. Yeah. I work all every day. The weekends are the best days.
Agree. They're home. They're happy. They just got paid on Friday, right? They're not busy. They're not at work.
Sundays are actually like the days that I probably drop like 4 deals. So
that's a note for everybody, right? If you want to live a different life, you've got to work differently, at least for a short period of time. Does Frankie have to work like this forever? No, but he does this for 12, 18, 24 months. He's going to build a client list. He's going to build a team that trusts him and follows his lead. And then he's got the chops to say, this is how I built it. If you want my results, you've got to put in my level of effort. And I love it, man. So, with your team, are you having them watch you on Zoom while you sell? How are you?
Yeah, a lot of my guys are local. Like I said, I don't use a script. So every time that I'm on a presentation, I'm telling them to soak it all up. It's super simple. It's super simple at the end of the day to explain an IUL. That's what I'm doing on my end. I'm just basically, presenting in front of my team, letting them hear me over and over and over. And another thing that I can tell you is, like, with growing my team, you see a lot of these agencies that, will tell their recruits to go and, buy the fancy clothes, buy the fancy shoes when you make a paycheck. Coming in, I didn't have any money. So I set a goal for myself, like, hey, we're going to pocket as much money as we can these next 2 months. And that's a standard now to be working with me. It's like, one of my recruits was telling me, it was like, hey, after the first month in the business, when I make 20 grand, I'm going to go buy a Corvette. I told him, hey, if you get the Corvette, you're not working with me anymore. Because at the end of the day, lead flow basically expands your business. I'd rather have my agent spend $2,500 a week on leads and become profitable and reap the benefits of, submitting 20, 30,000 in a week. Because it's not hard at the end of the day. You see all these kids with all these nice things, but then they don't have money for leads. So, I'm telling everyone who works with me, save your money and invest. And, I just had a brand new recruit submitted 12,000 his first week.
That's awesome. We can hear them texting you right now. The texts are coming in.
Yeah, they're all coming through right now.
So fired up. I mean, that's such good coaching, because the classic manipulative sales management mindset is get your people selling and then get them spending their money so that they get broke and they have to keep selling forever to sustain that lifestyle. And your mature approach is, no, man, I want you to save as much cash as possible. Set a goal to get 6 figures in your bank account. Set a goal to buy a house. Set a goal to pay off your current car, and then make some decisions, right? Let's make good, mature money moves as you progress in this world, because the great line in life is, if you stay broke long enough, you'll get used to it. And that's a deep thought process, that as soon as you get some money, if you spend it like the way you've been living your life for the so far, it's going to repeat itself, right? And your coaching is such a wise way to approach your team. So I love that, man. No one said that before, and it's such a better way to do it. Now, does it not mean that he shouldn't go get the Corvette? No, it means go get it, but set a goal to do it when you hit when you hit 6 figures in your bank account, and you're consistently writing 40,000 a month, and you have no chargebacks, and you've got a team of 5 agents selling. Then reward yourself, right? By all means, materialistic rewards can feel good, but experiential rewards hold far more weight. But if he needs it to fulfill some childhood fantasy, great, man. Just don't do it month 1. Do it month 7. Do it month 13, right? Wait.
Yeah, because I was talking to my upline about this the other day, and there's so much potential. Like, FFL is at like an all-time high right now. Like, momentum's skyrocketing, but there's so much room still for like there's so many agents that could be submitting $20,000-$30,000 a week. Just they spent all their money, or they, didn't invest into a proper system. So, and I'm just like imagining myself right now, like where I could be in the next year if my agents just follow the same structure, the same path that I'm on. There, and for a lot of the agents that are listening to this call, they've probably made a lot of money but don't have a lot to show for it. I've been in that situation as well. But these past 2 months, just my mindset changing to where like I can save everything. Now it's like I'm excited to buy my leads every Friday, because I know that it's just gonna come back 10 times in return.
Amen, bro. Amen. That's such a phenomenal mentality. Now, the real we used to call it the Disneyland effect. People would get in, they'd write 20 or 30, then they go to Disneyland, right? It's because they've never had that. And so your leadership and being a part of a good team and being driven will keep people moving forward. So I love that. Keep leading by example. So let's talk about, as we close out the call, building. How are you building? Where are you finding people? What are you saying to them? How are you explaining the business? Kind of what's that look like for you? Who are you looking for? Kind of give us some building insight you've got going on.
Yeah, so I'm recruiting like guys who've just been in sales, either it's car sales, door to door, other captive agencies. But basically, like I'm super cutthroat with it. $50,000 should be the normal every month if you're on my team. There should be no 20, 30K producers. If you're not, if you're producing less than 50, 40,000, you're not working hard enough, or B, you're not spending enough money on leads. Because at the end of the day, it's a simple sale. But I'm not recruiting everyone. I'm only recruiting guys that want to write a lot of business, because a lot of managers, they've skyrocketed teams. They're making buku bucks, and that's awesome. But at the end of the day, like, we get paid so well from the carriers, and FFL pays us so well, to where like, why would I not want to make another $500,000 on my own pen and paper? Like, it's there for the taking. Just do it.
I love it. So you're recruiting all kinds of guys. What's your pitch? Like, what's your elevator pitch? 30-second, 1 minute. How are you explaining FFL to people? Cold guy, you're out to dinner, and a guy, well-spoken server, or a buddy you run in the car lot. What are you saying?
Well, I can show them my deposits, and I can show them my bank account now.
That's good. But what are like, for those that don't have that just yet, what are the words you're using to explain the company?
Um, you own your own business at the end of the day. You
Okay.
do what you want with it. Nobody else owns you. FFL gives you the keys. It's like, how far are you willing to take it? And one thing I can tell you is, like, I'm very giving. So with a lot of the guys that I have in right now, I'm investing into my team. So like, I know what it was like to dial 300 dials a day and not make a sale off of maybe really, really aged leads. So if I have to take a cut right now, I'm not writing as much business, but if I have to take a cut, to help my agents and give them my appointments or give them some of my leads, I'm down to do that. So I give them an opportunity. I'm like, hey, I'm going to help you. And if it doesn't work out and you don't see the vision, go your own way, But, I think that if I'm down to help you and invest into you, I think that, 90%, higher than 90% of the time, you're going to be successful in the business. So, right now, that's why I'm so grateful for saving everything that I have, because now I can just pour into others,
Sure.
because I know it's gonna come back.
It will. 100%. Oh, it does. And the right people, right? But you've got to set barometers, right? If they're not willing to dial, it's tough enough to get agents to dial with their own leads that they've spent money on, especially ones when you've given them. So some things that we always set up was like, we'll go 50-50 on a lead order, or we'll give you our age leads, or we'll give you some appointments, see how you do.
No, it's like I want everyone on the ground running. I want you to learn it quick, make a few sales, and boom, you're going to be on the ground running.
It's awesome. Awesome. Well, Frankie, any final advice you've got if someone's out there looking at FFL, or if they're a new agent with us right now, to go stop making excuses and go out there and crush it?
It's the best place you can be at right now, and I think it's going to be like that for a long time, if not forever. So, I found a place that I'm happy at. They pay me what I'm worth, and the opportunities unlimited.
I love it, bro. I appreciate you, man. I'm cheering you on, and you're setting records. I'm excited to see what you're doing here now in the next 3, 6, 9 months. We'll get you back on here with some agency numbers starting to roll in. So I love it, dude. Everyone, drop a FP in the chat below. Light it up. Show Frankie some love. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you so much. Have an awesome day.